So for fundraising chairs, you're going to want to make sure that you have all of your campaigns lined up, because usually most groups are fundraising the majority of the time, or their efforts are really concentrated in the fall. And that makes sense, because then in the spring, you can either backfill for if you didn't meet your goal, or you can do extra fundraising based on the results of the fall effort, or you can do nothing. Like, you don't have to be fundraising all the time just because you're the fundraising chair. Your main goal is really just to bring in the income that your group needs to fund the programs and events and all the goodies that you have planned, all the ways that you're giving back to the community. Occasionally throughout the year, sometimes a new project will pop up or a new need will pop up, and so you'll need to do extra fundraising to kind of pay for that. But generally, you don't need to be fundraising like all the time. Like, I love our current fundraising team. They're really awesome. And one in particular is like, well, I got to be doing something. And I'm like, no, woman, no, you don't always have to be doing something. Like, you can concentrate all of your efforts into your thing that you know that works for you. And for my school in particular, it is the concessions, like the athletic concessions. Like, we know that works. So this year we are looking at how to decrease our costs and increase profits. And that is mainly just keeping our expenses in check and limiting the number of options that we have. And so I am going to do like a whole nother video about concessions fundraising, because I think that is really something that you can make a ton of money, like a ton of money doing if you do it the right way. It is really easy to not make money or make very little money or work a whole lot for very little money. And that is something I personally cannot stand. There have been many instances over the years as a PTA leader where I have noticed that we're spending a lot of time and effort to raise $500. And I'm like, oh, for the love, that is not, in the grand scheme of things, that is not a lot of money. And so it should not be like trying to get blood from a stone sometimes. So I hope that you've enjoyed this video and you will join me for the next one.
Want even more guidance on how to be a stronger leader so you can run a better PTO or PTA? All these resources and more are waiting for you at ptoanswers.com.